Shinya Aoki stood before the microphones with a calm expression, his seasoned eyes carrying the wisdom of countless battles. He began speaking slowly, letting each word settle over the crowd. He said that on this night he was not the star, that the true spectacle belonged to the man who had just left the ring with a dominant victory. Aoki admitted he had seen countless fighters rise and fall, yet Satoshi Souza's strength was something different. He described Souza's performance as a storm that swept through the arena, a force of nature that left opponents and spectators equally stunned. Every strike from Souza carried a purpose, Aoki noted, and every movement carried the confidence of a champion who knows no fear. The veteran reminded the audience that he rarely spoke so highly of another fighter, but tonight demanded honesty and admiration. He emphasized that strength in mixed martial arts was not just muscle or speed, but the combination of willpower, skill, and the ability to adapt under pressure. Souza, he said, possessed all three in abundance. Aoki recounted how he had once faced Souza in training, and even then sensed that this was a fighter destined for greatness. He praised the way Souza's grappling flowed like water, impossible to contain, always finding the smallest opening to dominate. The crowd listened as Aoki shifted to the theme of respect, a value he believes defines the heart of martial arts. He spoke of the discipline it takes to fight at such a level, the sacrifices behind every victory, and the loneliness that often comes with it. Aoki declared that in his eyes, Souza now stood among the elite, not just in RIZIN but in the entire world of MMA. He reflected on his own career, acknowledging that the torch of greatness is meant to be passed, and perhaps tonight he had seen the next bearer of that flame. The veteran fighter's voice grew more intense as he described the precision of Souza's takedowns. He painted a vivid picture of how Souza closed distance like a shadow, never wasting a step. Every transition from striking to grappling seemed to happen in a single breath, leaving his opponent no room to think. Aoki marveled at Souza's composure, saying that even when chaos erupted, his eyes never lost focus. He compared that composure to the greatest champions he had known, the rare warriors who could bend a fight to their will. In a softer tone, Aoki admitted that watching Souza fight reminded him of his own younger days. He remembered the hunger, the unrelenting drive to prove oneself in every match. He confessed that such drive is what separates a true champion from the merely talented. Souza, he said, had shown that drive tonight beyond any doubt. Aoki turned to the audience, urging them to recognize the significance of what they had witnessed. He insisted that nights like this define the sport, moments when a fighter transcends expectations and creates something unforgettable. The veteran described how the energy in the arena shifted the moment Souza entered. It was not arrogance, he clarified, but an aura of inevitability, as if everyone sensed what was about to unfold. He detailed how the crowd roared with every strike, each cheer growing louder as the match tilted further in Souza's favor. Aoki spoke about the respect between warriors, noting how even Souza's opponent, though defeated, seemed to recognize the brilliance before him. He reminded everyone that such recognition is the purest sign of honor in combat sports. The veteran reflected on his own future, wondering aloud if his path might again cross with Souza's in a professional setting. He smiled faintly, saying that the idea of testing himself against such power was both daunting and exciting. Yet he admitted that, tonight was not about him. It was about acknowledging greatness when it appears. Aoki's words shifted once more, now focusing on the global stage. He argued that Souza's performance proved that RIZIN houses talent capable of conquering the world. He suggested that fans everywhere should keep their eyes on Souza, for this was only the beginning. The veteran recounted how he had traveled across continents, fought legends, and seen every style imaginable. But rarely, he confessed, had he been so impressed. He described the subtle techniques Souza used, small details that only a seasoned fighter could appreciate. Aoki explained how Souza's footwork controlled distance, how his timing disrupted any counterattack. He praised the mental fortitude it takes to maintain such dominance under the lights. He called Souza's performance a masterclass, something young fighters should study and learn from. Aoki then reflected on the essence of martial arts itself. He spoke of honor, discipline, and the endless pursuit of improvement. Souza, in his eyes, embodied those ideals. He stressed that victory alone is not greatness, greatness is found in the journey, the humility, and the relentless training. Aoki believed Souza's journey was just beginning, yet already shining brightly. He encouraged the media to share this story far and wide, so others could be inspired. The veteran closed by repeating that apart from himself, only one name truly stood at the pinnacle in his mind, Shadalev and Satoshi Souza. His voice carried finality as he declared that the future of the sport had just been revealed tonight. The audience, silent for a heartbeat, erupted in applause, a wave of respect for both the legend speaking and the rising star he celebrated. Shinya Aoki stepped back, his eyes still fixed on the arena where Satoshi Souza had left his mark. And in that moment, everyone present understood they had witnessed a passing of the torch, a rare and unforgettable night in the history of RIZIN.